Hey, what is up everybody? I hope you're enjoying Mutiny Year 7 Season 3 of Division 2. We have new gear pieces that have just released. The build for this video will be towards the end. Let's go ahead and jump into some gameplay. So for this build, we are running Umber Initiative, which gives us 15% critical hit chance, 30% reload speed, and from the shadows into the light. While in cover, gain 10 stacks per second, up to 50. Each stack will give 1.2% critical hit damage, increase, and 0.4% RPM. Buff does not apply while shooting from cover. So what you want to do is get in cover, build up all your stacks, and then pop out of cover, where you'll gain the crit damage and the rate of fire. So while out of cover, agents lose 2 stacks per second at normal speed and 1 stack per second if sprinting. While out of cover and in combat, gain 10 stacks per second up to 50. Each stack will give 0.8% armor regen when it's consumed. Stacks consume 10 stacks per second only in cover. So this mask has 15% weapon damage, 12% critical hit damage, and 6% critical hit chance that I put on as a mod. So our chest piece has weapon damage, 12% critical hit damage, and a 6% critical hit chance mod that I put on there. So since this is the Umbra Initiative chest piece, it does increase on our From the Shadows perk. So it increases max stacks from 50 to 100 and stat gain from 10 to 20. Our gloves have 15% weapon damage and 6% critical hit chance. Our knee pads have 15% weapon damage, 6% critical hit chance. Our holster will be the new salvo named holster from Unit Alloy with crit damage and weapon damage. One piece gives you 5% rate of fire. Since this is the named holster, it gives you an additional 5% rate of fire for a total of 10% rate of fire from one piece of gear. Our backpack is also Unit Alloy. It has critical hit chance, critical hit damage. It has a critical hit damage mod as well, so 2 critical hit damage on one piece. And then it also has Vigilance, so it increases total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables this buff for 4 seconds. The second Unit Alloy piece now unlocks 20% assault rifle damage. I highly recommend you use the capacitor for this build and run the sharpshooter class for PvP. So our main weapon for this build will be the capacitor. It's got 144k weapon damage and 770 RPM. Keep in mind, PvP weapon damage is quite different from PvE weapon damage. This is displaying PvE weapon damage, but I don't really understand how to tell you how 57k PvP weapon damage correlates to like 200 to 300k crits on somebody. Maybe if you understand that, please let me know. Ignore my headshot damage. That is always glitched out in this game. If you had enough headshots, eventually it'll end up going negative. 41 in the magazine, so it comes with assault rifle damage, 12% damage to armor. I rolled 10% damage to targets out of cover on it. That is a necessity. And the mods that go with it are 10% critical hit chance, 11 rounds, 30% critical hit damage, and 10% weapon handling. Let's go ahead and head over to the stats page. So it says we have 60% critical hit chance. Now, if you run this in conflict, you'll be sitting at 55% critical hit chance. If you're going to run this in the Dark Zone, I recommend you swap off one piece of crit hit chance for crit hit damage, and you'll be sitting at 59% crit chance. Don't forget that in conflict, you will be losing 20% critical hit damage from your watch, so you would be sitting at 115% crit hit damage, but this is Umbra. It gives you free crit damage just for existing in cover and then popping out and shooting people. So this build goes crazy. That about wraps it up for this build. I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will catch you next time.